I'll share my what is this? My screen is shared, right? Okay, so today we are learning types of the testing. Okay, so we have learned many types of the testing, but in real time industry, when you will get the task or work, they are not following all the stuff, right? So, but for testing, they have divided, right? So you can do only testing, right? They will not define the types, which types of the testing you have to do. So mainly we are doing, a smoke testing, sanity testing, functional testing, regression testing, and non-functional testing having the different profile. Again, you have a different perform that is called performance testing. Okay, but if you are going as a automation test engineer, you must having the basics knowledge of automation manual testing. You should not go for non-performance testing, because non-performance testing having the many different tools. Okay, so this we are learning this all the things for your interview preparation or your knowledge purpose. So it will not like, what we are learning we will do complete testing over there, no. Okay, so but you have to know about of that. So next testing is called compatibility testing. Okay, so when we will do this, right? So what happen, like one application is there, like you can take the example of Facebook, right? So I am using Facebook in my laptop, right? I am using window. Okay, window I am using this, and I am using with Chrome browser. Some of my friend having the Mac, they are using on the Mac system, right? In Mac system, they're having a Safari browser, right? Okay, some of the Facebook they are using on your smartphone, right? A smartphone and tablets, right? So these all the things we need to test when we develop the application. They will test our application is working with hardware compatibility and software compatibility properly or not. Some of they are also using Linux or Unix. Okay, they are using different operating system, right? So we will test all the end-to-end stuff, it is working properly or not. Okay, so you can see Facebook or any big brand company, you can use anywhere. Okay, any device and any platform. So we have to test all the things, okay, in compatibility testing. And after that we can also test with version also, right? Chrome browser having the different version, and operating system having the different version, right? So we have to also test the version. This all the category how we can test in automation, because automation we are not going to test as a uh, devices, hardware device. That is again manual tester will do. Manual tester will do, I can see they will also test the application in Apple, all the devices, Apple device, having the different configuration, right? iPhone or iPad, right? So having the different configuration over there. This all the things we have to test, that is called compatibility testing. So what is the compatibility means? Compatibility is nothing but the compatibility of the existing of living together in normal life oil is not compatible with water, but milk can be easily combined with water, right? So same thing we can apply in testing, in our testing, right? So what is the compatibility testing? In this type of the testing, one will test the application is suitable with all environment or not. In case of web page, web application, all the browser our application is suitable or not. In case of product window based application, all the environment it is suitable or not. Okay, one second, my mic is okay. So mostly this type of testing is implemented on product based company, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, and we cannot tell only they are doing only because others I mean they will check the product, right? Even others application we can also do the compatibility testing, not only for product based company, right? So if you I have and anyone has developed any software, so they must be having, so, their software will work in the all the environment and software and hardware device. If I'll tell you the software device software stuff means like in your browser, multiple browser you are using. Hardware device means your computer, computer, iPad or a smartphone, right? So this is the all the stuff we will check in our, in compatibility testing. So compatibility testing is a type of non-functional testing. We cannot consider in the in a functional testing, but we can, if you are testing the software and stuff, right? Your application is working in the different browser or not. Again, it will comes in the functional testing, but we can consider is a non-functional because the physical device is also there to testing this application, right? Testing this stuff, right? So types of the compatibility testing: hardware, operating system, and software, right? So where we can test hardware, it check the software to be compatible with the different hardware configuration. Hardware means different configuration means if my application is deploy, first time I am deploying my application on my server, and we they having the different configuration, mobile device, how it will be display on the mobile, how it will be display in the tablets, this all the things they will test over there. Operating system, right? So I already told you it check your software to be compatible with a different operating system like Windows, Unix, Mac. And software, it check your developed software to be compatible with others or not. For example, I can see we are using a Skype, right? So I'm using with laptop, you guys are using the your smartphone, right? So it will work, it is compatible with other device or not, right? Some of them they are also using, Mac, right? They are using the Mac. I am calling through my window and they are using the Mac. So while using this type of the scenario, it is working, our software is working properly or not, right? This all the things we need to check over there. It check your developed software to be compatible with other software. For example of MS Word application should be compatible with other like MS Outlook or MS Excel. So just they will check all the stuff, right? Network means I am using Facebook with my laptop with internet, right? And I will also use in my mobile, right? Network, same network I am using this, and I will also check the performance of the application, how it is performing in laptop with network, same network with my mobile, right? So this is called your network type, like what you will test. Evolution of performance of the system in a network with verifying the parameters such as a bandwidth, operation a speed operating a speed capability, sorry, capacity, and it check the application in the different network with all the parameters mentioned earlier. So you can see how this testing is important for, any software, how they are testing, right? They will also test the different network. Okay, so whatever the possibility you can, means tester means how much you can make the scenario to test your application. In every scenario it must be work. So browser, right? So I already told you, it check the compatibility with your website with the different browser like Firefox, Chrome, Internet and Explorer, right? So devices. So devices I already told you, right? So it check the compatibility of the. I can give you one example for devices. So you are getting some mails, right? So if you don't right now, we can show our mail. If you are going for the interview, you can show soft copy, right? It will work. But some of the company they having the mandatory. You must having the hard copy. So Gmail application, right? Gmail application. If someone will print with the hardware, our software is working properly or not. In my side, we should not having the any bug, right? So that's why I have mentioned over there. It's check the compatibility of your software with the different device like USB port device, printer, scanners, and other device and Bluetooth as well. Mobile, right? Checking your software compatible with mobile platform like Android and iOS version of the software. So it is verifying your software applicable, sorry, software application to be compatible with different version, right? For the software, for instance, checking our Microsoft Word to be compatible with this all the Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 7 SP3, right? So I think you guys understand what is compatibility testing. So we having the tools for that. So browser stack and virtual desktop. I told you, right? It will comes inside this non-functional testing. Okay, non-functional testing having the different profile for performance. Main profile is your performance testing. So from there they will check all the stuff like compatibility testing, how your application is performing well. So they having the different tools over there. So we having the browser stack one tools. So browser compatibility testing, this tool to help to software engineer to check application in the different browser. Even this we can use with automation by using the parallel execution in Selenium. We can execute our application in multiple browser at a time. We can execute our application, that is called one also cross browser testing. So we can do from the automation whatever the feasibility is there for automation, we can do that. Okay, even like we can also do compatibility testing with automation also, but we having the different system, right? Our framework have set up in one in window, one is Mac, and if you are doing the mobile testing, so they are also doing testing with mobile testing automation, right? So 80% task we can do from automation as well for compatibility testing, right? By using the mobile testing, we can test our on the different browsers and different devices also, right? So we can do from the automation as well. So virtual desktop, so it will check operating system, that is called that this is the part of performance testing or non-functional testing. That is your manual task by using this tools they will do, but automation we can also do. Okay, so this is used to run the application in the multiple operating system as a virtual machine. A number of system can be connected and compare with the result. Actually, if you will go in the real time, so one be having the you can connect multiple virtual machine. So they will also check in our application, like we having the 100 virtual machine I have connected, I will execute at a time all the my application or it is working fine or not. This type of the stuff also we can do that in compatibility testing. I told you your agenda is only to test all the scenario. Okay, all the scenario. We should not having any defect in our application. When I am using this, I have a one blogger site is there. So when I use on my system with computer, it will display very good, but when I use with mobile, it is not displaying properly. right? So you can see the people are not frequently using computer, right? They are using, be having the more users, the people are using, mobiles, a smartphone. What will happen? Your software will not like, the people will not like your software, because your software is not working, means it is working but it is not displaying properly. So you will lose your business, right? So this is the one example why we do compatibility testing. Okay, so be having the another testing is called what is alpha testing and before delivering to the client. Okay, so simple again, the story is same. So how we start this testing stuff, right? So once build is developed, it will be deployed in the testing environment. After testing environment, it is, I am showing here unit testing, developer side, integration testing, right? Integration testing we can also do, we having the different modules, so we will also do the integration testing. Here the system testing will come under all the type of the testing, a smoke testing. After smoke testing we can do functional testing. After functional testing, again we can do final testing. Okay, everything is tested, and I need to deliver our application to the client. We can do one more testing, like in my I am working in one team in project. In my team we have 5 members. Okay, so they have assigned one, just I will give you one example. They have assigned one modules to me to test. Okay, that is the complete modules. So I have tested in my side, I have tested. Sometimes what will happen, my testing work, they will shuffle the team, because I have tested in my view. I will give you to the another my teammates, they will test in his view, right? So testing view is the different. They are trying to break application. I am also trying to break our application. Everything is done, I am okay. Then I have to give the demo to my manager or anything. Here sometime having the different team also. So within the organization, we are in the organization, in one team we are delivering to the another team. We are not going in the client side. Okay, so one testing we can do, that is called your final testing in front of where you are delivering that, in my organization only. Okay, we are not delivering to the different organization. So if I will give to that team, I have given the demo, hey, this one we have completed our this is working fine in my side. So they will ask to you, can you give me a demo? Yes, we will give the demo to them also. If they are okay, that is fine. That is also called, they will accept your product, right? That is called acceptance testing as well. And this process is called alpha testing. So it is a type of user acceptance testing conducted into the software company by their test engineer in presence of user just before delivering. Okay, so alpha testing is a type of acceptance testing performed to identify all possible issue and bug before releasing the final product to the end user. Don't confuse here. Here we are delivering our product to, in my organization, one team to another team. Okay, so before giving the demo to the other team, we have to test properly, means before releasing that product it should not having the any bug and all. So alpha testing is carried out by the tester who are internal employee of the organization. The main goal to identify the task that a typical users to might to be performed and test them. Okay, so this is called your alpha testing. I have written one more testing, right? Here you can see this is called your alpha testing and this is called your beta testing, but both are called user acceptance testing. Your question is, what is beta testing? So before this in this testing, we have delivered our uh, product or our application or our project to the same organization, right? Same organization. But beta testing, we will deploy application to the client environment. Got it, right? So this is the difference between alpha testing and beta testing. My company is the product based company. Okay, so we don't have any client. We are working on our product. Okay, we are working on our product only, but team, we having the different team. Manual, one manual team is there and we are the automation team. So they having the requirement to do automation. So what we have done, we took the requirement, we took the KT, we understood the requirement, and we have developed one framework and we have delivered to the different manual team. That is called your alpha testing. Okay, so I am working in service based company. My client is Apple, or okay, my client is Apple. So they're having the requirement. In Apple we having the manual team. They're having the requirement to automate, and we have to provide the automation, and we have to provide the, we have to automate their manual test cases. So what is the, what we can do, we can understand the requirement, what is your requirement, and we can start to implement our framework as per his requirement, and we can start that all the stuff. When we will complete, we will give to the demo to them and we will deploy. Actually the testing, here the testing, I'm giving the different example. I will give you the example, I'm giving the normal example for the testing, but here we are testing the application. So I will go like that. So they having some requirements, so we have developed application, right? Everything testing is done. So in my side testing is done. In my side means development environment, testing environment, a stage environment, everything in my side I have done. Testing for application is working fine. Now again we will connect to the Apple people and we can give the one demo to them. If everything is fine, they will okay, then we will deploy, application in client environment. Okay, in Apple site, Apple server, we have deploy over there. In Apple tester employee, they will test. Or what happens sometime, it totally depend upon again my tester only test that application, their environment. Got it, right? So they will check, we will check this application is working fine or not. That is called your beta testing. It is a type of testing in which one will either end user or third party testing expert perform testing in the customer place just before actual implementation. Beta testing is performed by the real users of software application, means real environment. It can be considered as a, form of the external user acceptance testing, right? So they are not part of in my organization, they are the part of different organization. It is a final test before shipping the product to the customer, direct feedback from the customer, and major advantage of the beta testing, right? So this testing help to test the product into the customer environments. Got it, right? So this is the interview question. So that's why I have spent more time. What is alpha testing and what is beta testing? You can give one example, okay? You can read this theory, but you have a one real-time example you can give to them, and you can explain what is the alpha testing and what is the beta testing. So we having the difference between alpha testing and beta testing. So whatever the question they are asking, I am highlighting that, you know type of the testing, but I cannot tell you same question they can ask. Manual testing and core Java, they can ask anything. We don't have any interview questions. You have to stick with your concept. Okay, got it, right? So product based company, if you will get the call from the product based company, definitely they will check your manual testing knowledge, how you are good in testing process. Okay, so alpha testing performed by the tester who are the usually internal employee of the organization. Beta testing is performed by the client or end user who are not a employee of the organization. Sometime our in same organization, like you can see some of the service based company will hire to you and they will send you to the client location. So same thing they will do here, but it depends upon alpha testing performed at a developer site. Developer site I can tell you in your organization. Okay, beta testing is performed in the client location or end user of the product. Reliability and security testing are not a perform of in depth of. Okay, so here we are not we will test the performance or security and all, but in here we have to test. They will check how his application is working, what is the security stop of this application, everything they will test, because here they already tested, but they should not be test again this all the stuff. Okay, but because this is the client environment we are not using here, but as per the client we have developed this application, they can do internal testing, but that is the not a specific testing they will do that. Okay, internal testing means they will do how this per, stuff is working, but here they will highlight this all the things how my application is working fine or not. So alpha testing is involved both white box and black box testing technique, but beta testing doesn't require any lab environment to testing. This software is made available in the public and is said to be a real uh, time environment. Means here same like simple what we can tell, we have deployed the application, might be they are having the different environment. A staging in a stage environment is a copy of production environment, but in a stage environment users are not using our product, we are using, and as we have to become as a user and we have to test over there. So that's why I have mentioned here, it is not like the software made available to the public and is said to be a real environment. You can consider here we are testing our application on your stage. If you will deploy your application in production, we cannot test, right? The users are using over there, we cannot test. Okay, got it right. So long, okay, long execution cycle may be required for alpha testing. Obviously we have to test everything in this, before releasing your product or before you are delivering to the project, right? So we are doing long execution of testing. It is not like application. So how in real time we are working, so we are following agile process. Okay, so what will happen, we having the developer has started to develop. Actually in India 90% application is developed, 10% a startup. Okay, so 10% having the startup and 90% application is already developed. So what is your job? Application is already developed, right? But enhancement is there, changes is there every month, right? So client is requirement is you can change something, so what happened, developer will do changes. Okay, so here I'm going to tell you this long execution cycle means I got new project, press project, right? So what will happen, requirement will come to the developer, we having the 10 modules. So in one modules it depend upon the application, how application is big and all, right? Might be this is your medium application, so you, one module one developer is doing, right? They have developed one module, they will deploy to the testing environment and tester will test. Again we can get the another modules, again tester will test, again we will get. So parallelly we are doing everything, so that is called your long execution cycle. Got it right? And here only few weeks of the execution are required to for beta testing. Got it right? So just we can see and we can take the time how this application is working in the client environment or not, right? If it will work fine, then it is fine. So critical issue or fixes can be addressed by the developer immediately in the alpha testing. So here we are, if you having the any issue and all, definitely they will fix it as soon as possible. But most of issue the feedback or but in the beta testing, most of issue or feedback is collected from the beta testing will be implemented in the future version of the product. Okay, so this point we have to understand. Sometime what will happen here, like uh, Chrome release new version, but we don't know, right? New version, we don't know, we did not test the new version here, right? But Chrome release new version. In this application, they're trying, some of the users are using this new version, or tester are testing continuously over there, and they found one bug. So we cannot directly fix here, right? Because developer is sitting here. So I will report to this guy, hey, can you fix this issue? So they will not fix as soon as possible, right? It will definitely, it will take time. But here we are developing, we are testing, we are doing everything. So here we can test, we can fix everything is immediately. Got it, right? So this is your alpha testing and beta testing. So this is also one interview question. What is entry criteria for alpha testing? So software, so same like that, STLC, software testing lifecycle. Coming session we will learn STLC, software testing lifecycle. So here software requirement document or business requirement specification document is required. If you remember the software development lifecycle, right? So same thing, when you are starting any testing, we have to required, right? So a specification requirement document or business requirement document, you can find the scenario, you can write the test cases and set up everything, right? Here test cases for all the requirement testing, the team will good knowledge about of the software application, you know how the software is work. How you know? By reading your a specification requirement document. I am completely new in API testing, and they have given the task to me, and how to do, how I will do. I have to start from manual to automation. So in my domain, whatever I am testing, like healthcare domain is there, so I am completely new in the healthcare domain. How I will get the knowledge from, healthcare domain? So they have already given this software requirement document or business requirement specification document. In this document everything is there. You have to read that document. And okay, I'll show you one document after because recording, we cannot record, that is security purpose. I'll show you one specification requirement document, if having in my system or not. Then we can write the test cases, we can set up our test lab, QA build ready for the execution, test management tool for uploading the test cases and logging the defect. Here I have mentioned test management tool for uploading the test cases and logging the defect. Every company having one test management tool. You can take, you can I will not teach you completely this, Jira and all, that is very lengthy tools. But we having the many video is there on your YouTube channel. Jira, you know one test management tool. In my organization I am using now different test management tool. My previous organization, they are using the different test management tool, but concept are same. Okay, all the document, all the test cases is over there. Okay, in the test management tool, from there you can raise the defect, you can follow the defect, you can close the defect, everything we have to manage. Everything whatever we can do, we can manage. You can see name itself test management tool. Okay, so it is very easy to manage all the things, right? We cannot manage, right? It is a very, if you having the big application, you having the 2000 test cases, right? How you can track it, all the stuff, right? Got it, right? So we having the test management tool, traceability matrix to ensure that the each design requirement to the latest test case and verifies. So one matrix is there. Okay, one I will I will teach you what is the traceability matrix in the coming session. So this is one type of result, or we can tell, what we can tell means, here in traceability matrix I'll show you RTM. Okay, okay, this is like summary, short summary is there. Okay, business requirement document, technical requirement document, and test ID. So in this short requirement, how we have made this? So we having the BRD, business requirement documentation. So in BRD, modules name, application role, and description. So B1 login, modules name is login, inquiry, fund transfer, right? Where B1 is the business requirement banking application. This is the description. Then we having the TRD, technical requirement document. So T1, T2, and T3. And this is our test cases, right? B1. This is our test cases B1. And this is the complete matrix. So B1, this business requirement document, again T1, and this is the test case ID. So from here we can also verify this requirement in the latest test cases or not. Might be something when the changes over there in my previous, you know, step, right? So they have changed the test cases, so we have to also mention over there, right? Here we have to also mention, I told you, right, every company is not following correct testing what we are learning, but some document always there, some tools is always there, but concept are same. Testing you must be do, but concept are same. Main agenda is your finding the defect. Okay, so this is your entry criteria. Okay, so let me, so this is the interview question, guys. So sometimes they can ask you what is the entry criteria and what is the exit criteria. Okay, not for alpha testing, this is the common for all testing. Okay, I cannot tell you the common for all because some of the testing we are not having the documentation and all, but you can consider like that. So this is your, what is alpha testing, what is beta testing, what is entry criteria, what is exit criteria, they will ask to you. Okay, so this is your interview question. So what is the exit criteria? So all the test cases have been executed and passed. Okay, execution. So implementation, now execution is done, we don't have any defect, all the test cases are passed, all the severity issue need to be fixed and closed. While, see, from a starting, developer have developed one module, we have tested, again second module we have tested, third module we have tested, they have integrated modules, again we have tested, we have done integration testing, again we have tested. Okay, so we have to write the test cases, that is you have to follow, everything is done, right? But here execution is coming, main job is we are going to execute, and whatever the bug we have before, it must be fixed. Okay, and delivered to the summary to the report. After doing complete execution, we will send to report to our client or manager, who is, a scrum master of your project. A scrum master means they are handling the project. Got it, right? So you can, a scrum master might be manager, lead. Okay, they are handling, we have to, then they will connect with the client, or sometime what will happen, we directly communicate with the client and we are working with them. Okay, it's depend upon again company how they are following. So make sure that no one, no no more additional features can be included and sign off the alpha testing. Okay, so we are going to close our test cases, everything is fine, so we will close and sign off this. So that is called your entry and exit criteria. Okay, so beta testing also, what is the entrance criteria and exit criteria? So entrance criteria for the beta testing, sign off the document of the alpha testing, right? Alpha testing we have to sign off, then we can enter in the beta testing, right? Beta testing version of the software should be ready, environment is ready to release to the software application to the public, tools to be captured in the real time false. Okay, exit all the major and minor issue are closed, feedback report should be prepared from the public and delivered for the beta summary to the report. I think we having the many difference between alpha testing and beta testing. With this main testing we are doing, when we are doing a alpha testing, everything is the sign of and all stuff, then we can move in the beta testing. So in beta testing we are not making documentation and we are not writing the test cases, right? Our agenda is deploy the software and we have to test, because we have already all the document. That document we can hand over for them. Here we are not spending more time. Here only we are going to check our application is working as per expected or not. Got it, right? So this is your alpha test, sorry, this beta testing, alpha testing, entry and exit criteria. Okay, so one more testing is there, that is called Adhoc testing. Adhoc testing means we don't have any documentation, we are not following anything. Okay, so what is the Adhoc testing? What happened, they have done some major changes in the application, right? They just change here, just I will go in Amazon. You will go in the Amazon website. What happened, we having the requirement, just I want to change this color. Okay, this background color is there, right? This is the black, they want to change. Okay, developer has done changes, but client is going to tell you, no, I want within 1 days. Okay, I will not stop this, I want within 1 days. After changing this, I want to deploy our application in production environment. So what happened, the who is having the more experience in this domain, after doing these changes, they will they will test this application without following anything, like your knowledge domain you are testing this application. Got it, right? That is called ad hoc testing. Okay, so we having the fast delivery or they having the immediate delivery. So we are only checking this, you know important functionality randomly. Okay, that is called ad hoc testing. You can see here, ad hoc testing is an informal testing type within an aim to break the system. Okay, and random testing, we are doing the random testing. This testing is usually to unplanned activity. It does not follow any test design technique to create the test cases. In fact, it does not create a test cases altogether. This testing is primarily performed if the knowledge of the tester in the system under the test is very high, and tester randomly test the application without any test cases or any business requirement document. Got it, right? Random testing, as per your domain knowledge, you will test here what is the important features. It should not be break in our production environment. That is called ad hoc testing. This testing required no documentation planning process to be followed, since the testing aimed to find the defect through the random approach without any documentation. Okay, defect will not map to the test cases, even the defect is also not mapped, and sometimes it is very difficult to reproduce the defect. There are no test steps or the requirement and map to. I in my organization, I having the completely one project is completely different. That is very we can tell uh, complicated project. So tester are there, they are doing the development, actually they are creating the data. Okay, so when I was testing over there, I can, that is one type of the random testing. Okay, I'm trying to finding testing all the scenario, the users are continuously using same steps. So I found some issue. Okay, I found some issue, my Excel sheet is not closing properly because they having the some I cannot disclose anything. They having the very good application they have developed. Okay, they are creating the data over there. So when you will put the data in your input sheet, uh, it will run in your application and it will create the data, and it will output sheet will be available on your portal. After doing all the validation, they will get your output sheet. But when I was trying to give the data in input sheet, it was not closing properly. Got it right? So the very difficult to reproduce the defect, because we don't have any test steps, we don't have any documentation. As per your knowledge you are testing, right? So this is the risk. If you will miss something, you are responsible. Got it right? So when execute ad hoc testing can be performed when there is a limited time to elaborate the testing. Usually ad hoc testing is performed after the formal test execution, and if the time permits, ad hoc testing can be done on the system. Ad hoc testing will effective only if the tester is knowledgeable of the system under the test. If you're having the more experience in one domain, then you can do that. This ad hoc testing. This is like not, we can tell frequently we are using this, right? As per the sometime we have to use this. Okay, so we have learned many types of the testing. Just read the all the documentation. Spend half an hour, right? In your daily routine, spend half an hour. Core Java Selenium, spend 1 hours. If you don't have a time, you can learn. You know how you can learn, and you can revise the things. You can do alternate. Okay, I am also doing same. I'm not getting time, so what I can do, one day I will learn this manual testing, or one day you can learn half an hour for manual testing and 1 hours for Java, and 1 hours you can spend your time on Selenium if you are working, because we don't have a much time. So if you will spend your time 1.5 an hour every day, so you can see, if you are spending and if you are learning, if you are continuously learning same thing, interest will come, understanding will come. In one shot nobody will understand, but if you are repeating the same thing, then you will learn, you having the more understanding. Okay, what is going to happen? So same thing, repeat all the things. Any subject if you are learning, if you are new in that subject, I will give you 100% guarantee you cannot understand in one shot, until unless you will repeat 4 to 5 times. This is my experience. If when I am learning new stuff, it will take, might be in the starting we are not able to understand 100%, but when you will repeat the things, your understanding will improve, right? So we have to understand the things, we have to not only read the things. That's why I'm going to relate. Can you anyone stop